What's cracking, peeps? T-Money up in the heezy. Happy Saturday. Hope everybody's doing well today in YouTube land. Here just to do not an unboxing, a collection update. So used to saying that, so bear with me if I screw things up like that. But I've got a few packages that came in the mail today. I've got Criterions. I've got an Arrow. I've got a new MVD release. I've got a really cool thing from the UK, from a trilogy of films. And then I have an Indicator tote bag that I got. But we'll get into this last. I'll just share what's up with this with you guys last. So yeah, let's jump right up in this update. First, we'll start with the Criterion. So mainly what I've been doing with my Criterions is I've been upgrading all my DVDs to Blu-ray. So I have like 5 titles here to show you that I've now upgraded. So I'll be selling my DVDs if anybody's interested. They'll be posted on the Cult Media website on Facebook. I might do a video down the line if I don't. But anyway, this is the fucked up, crazy ghost story from the 70s, I believe. Japanese horror film, House. Yeah, really cool film. Enjoying it quite a bit, so I wanted to upgrade. Of course, all these films I wanted to upgrade because I enjoy them. So this next one I've actually never seen before, and it's not an upgrade. It's a first-time buy. But it is Personal Shopper, and I've heard enough people talk about this one to warrant my decision to buy it. But yeah, it sounds pretty good. Kristen Stewart. And yeah, I don't know. Kind of like a coming of age or a personal story. What is it? What do you call it? It says it on the back here. Character study. Yes, thank you. But also horror, tidbits of horror as well. Pretty cool sci-fi film. Second, D Boogie 86 was the original person who told me about this film, so I bought it on DVD a while back. Wanted to upgrade it to Blu-ray, so here it is. Boom, Seconds. This film I feel like is a little bit overrated. A lot of people love this film for some reason. I mean, more than I think they should. I like the film. I think the performance by Robert Mitchum is great. He plays like a terrifying man, I guess, stepfather figure to these kids. And, you know, there's parts of the movie that are definitely, I think, before its time, shocking. The whole scene with the mother and then the kids kind of turns into like a cat and mouse chase type thing. But I don't know. I like the film. I don't love it, but I wanted to upgrade it because I like it enough, clearly. So that is The Night of the Hunter from 1955. And of course we have the controversial Lars von Trier, or Trier, however you pronounce it, Antichrist. Had to grab this one on Blu-ray. Been wanting to grab it for a while now. It's a pretty good film, I think. So yeah, happy to have this one as well. I didn't know this was an IFC Films release. It's from 2009. But yeah, it's a pretty good film. Alrighty, so now let's get into the... Okay, so those of you who don't know, there's a trilogy from, I think, the UK. Far away, across the sea, the Lord of Tears trilogy. Again, D Boogie 86, 22 Shots of Moods and Horror. Initially turned me on to this, I guess, trilogy of films now, you could call it, with the beginning of being, or the first one in the, I don't know what to call it, series, Lord of Tears, because they aren't really sequels of each other. They're just stories with a familiar, there's like a familiar theme in each story, and that is the evil image, or what do you call it, the Owl Man. That's what he's called, and he's basically like a supernatural vision that different characters in each story, like the similar recurring theme is that all the people in this tale witness visions of this supernatural entity known as the Owl Man, who's featured on the front. This is the first film. Then we have the second film, Unkindness of the Ravens. The first one, I think, features, is it a psychiatrist, I think? And then the second one is a war veteran. And then the third one is a school teacher, or a ballet teacher, I believe. All seeing visions of this freaky fucking Owl Man, as featured in the back. Now, it's a really good film. I haven't seen the third one, Black Gloves, because it was just made, of course. And I there's a GoFundMe campaign type thing for it, so I pitched on that, and now I finally got the movie. It was just made. But I really enjoy the first film, the second film as well, particularly Lord of Tears, the first film. But they're all very atmospheric. They're low budget, but for a low budget, they look really, really good. Visually stunning. I mean, the imagery, though, it's not stunning in terms of like Hollywood special effects. It's more stunning in terms of like actually fascinating, vivid, visual, dark, creepy, vintage. Like, it's just a really cool... The imagery is just frightening, and I like the film. I mean, more than anything, the stories are great always, the characters are great always, and the recurring supernatural entity of the Owl Man in the imagery is great, as always. So, really excited to check out The Black Gloves. And just two more, I guess. Wow, I blew through this fast. So I finally picked up this film here. Silvana Mangiano stars in a Dino De Laurentiis production. We have The Witches. Now, I love witches. Just the subgenre of being witches. I love anything witches, witchy, witches, broomsticks, anything. Doesn't have to be broomsticks. But anyway, this is a anthology film, I think, from the 70s. This is actually a Arrow Academy release as well. 1968, so sorry. And it's basically a bunch of short stories about witches. And so, yes, excited to check this out. I've never seen it before, but I love me anything to do with that sort of thing. So, theme. So, yeah, it says, in the mid-60s, famed producer Dino De Laurentiis brought together the talents of 5 celebrated Italian directors for an anthology film. The brief was simple. Each filmmaker would create an episode centered on a witch, to be played in all episodes by Silvana Mangiano. So, very cool. Love it. I haven't seen it, but I love the story and the theme, and it should be good. So, a lot of people were showing this off right around the time that it first came out. I actually thought I had pre-ordered this from Diabolic, but it turned out I didn't. So I finally did. And there it is, a month later, and that's okay. So last up, guys, we have, well, second to last up, we have an MVD Rewind collection. This is the third one in the series. The first one being The Story of Sid and Nancy. I don't remember the name. The second one being Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. The third one being an action exploitation film starring Sho Kosugi and Jean-Claude Van Damme. Black Eagle. I've never seen this movie, but I love me some cheeseball action adventure. So, it's weird. I like how they do like the whole thing now, but I think it's getting a little overdone with the please be kind, rewind, action adventure, like the throwback shit. Like, clearly this is a Blu-ray, so you're not going to be rewinding anything like that. So, but I mean, it's cute. It is what it is. But I've never seen this movie. Chock full of special features, new interviews, looks like commentaries, screenwriters, all sorts of people involved in the film talking about it. So you can peep the features there if you choose. Yeah, I'm excited though. I like Jean-Claude Van Damme when I'm in a mood to watch some cheesy, good action fun. Turn your brain off action. So Sho Kosugi's always great too, and I think he plays like the nemesis in this film. So yes, cool. Very excited for that one. That's number 3 on the Rewind collection. All right, guys. So last up, so Indicator, really big fan of them. I love the work they're putting out. They announced a while ago, a few months back, they were going to be putting out a follow-up to the Hammer volume, the Fear horror collection. So the second one, I guess, pre-orders are up. They're getting ready to ship. John, the guy from Indicator, who I'm in frequent contact with, he's a very good, very great customer service, really friendly dude. I think he's pretty high up in terms of his position in the company, but he contacted me, noticed that I had purchased the film, and said, hey, I found a really low number for you. I've got a lock-on one. I'm going to ship it out to you. I'm going to send you a tote bag as well. So I said, awesome, dude. Thank you so much. You don't have to do that. Appreciate it. So it came in the mail today, and to my surprise and slight dismay, we have the tote bag, and then we have Hammer Volume 1 again. So it is an incredibly low number. It's number 40, as you can see, out of 6,000. Now, this was the prize I just gave away for my 250 subscriber contest, right? So now I have another one of these again. Now, I told John, I just emailed him, and I said, look, I don't know what happened, but I got sent a low number, but I got sent the wrong one I had ordered, and I just double checked too, and indeed I did purchase the second volume, not the first. So I don't know what happened there, but I opted to keep this because of the number being so low. It's sealed, and he went out of his way clearly to pull me a low number. So I'm not going to ship this back. It's the last thing I want to do. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what he says. But I did offer to pay again for. Just because it seems like so many things have happened when I order from Indicator, particularly directly from them, where their distributor, usually Sony, has botched up a lot of things. But this time, I guess this was directly from him. I don't know what happened. Mistakes happen. I'm sure they're busy, but I'd like to get this squared away one way or the other, because I definitely do want to get my hands on that second volume. But yeah, so that's that. I got number 40 again of this one, so we'll see. Maybe down the road, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do as far as the other copy I have of this, but I am gonna keep it. It's number 40. That's cool. So guys, thanks for watching this video. Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably be back next week, early next week, with another one. I've got more things coming as always, so. March should be pretty big. We're wrapping up February, so there should be a lot of good, cool releases to talk about. I'm thinking about also doing another segment, kind of like what Retro Horror does, but maybe a little bit more in depth about like naming all of the horror releases from every distribution company that I know of, just so you guys can get a good feel of like month by month what's going to be coming out. I think that'd be kind of interesting, and I love podcasters. You know, I love 22 Shots of Moods and Horror used to always do that. I'm not sure if they still do, but they always listed like the upcoming horror films. Because right now I use Horror Blogspot, so I think that'd be good for people to know. You know, they can come to my channel if they want to find out what's coming out, from what companies, what. But yeah, should be a lot of stuff coming in that I had ordered in the next month or so, the next few days. All right, guys, have a great rest of your weekend. I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.